Hi there, and welcome back to Not Board Gaming. I'm your host, I'm Mark, and today I am so giddy. It is like Christmas in my house today. Why? This is why. After months and months and months of waiting, finally, my Cloudspire late pledge has arrived. I am so over the moon right now. I've come back from working away for a few days. I literally got back to the house. 5 minutes later, the courier arrived with my Cloudspire package, and I am as giddy as, I don't know, a kid at Christmas. This is one of the most exciting arrivals of the year for me. So obviously, at some point, I will be doing an in-depth review of Cloudspire. And not only did I get the base game, I also got the Portal Seekers expansion and the Griege expansion, and also the Sky Mat as well. The only thing I didn't get was the minis, and I really wish I'd have got the minis, but I'll pick those up at a future point. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to unbox Cloudspire for you with the Portal Seekers expansion and with the Griege expansion on my Cloudspire Sky Mat. Oh, I'm so excited. So let's get into the unboxing. Okay, so when you wait all year for something and it finally arrives, it's a very, very, very special moment. So as you can see, my order of Cloudspire has arrived. I've got the Sky Mat in the background there. I have the main box of the game. I've got the Griege faction expansion and also the Portal Seekers content expansion. The only thing I didn't get, and I really regret that now, are the minis. I didn't think about it at the time, and you know what, I will probably pick those up at some point in the future. So let's have a look at the Cloudspire box before we move into the expansions. Beautiful looking box. The artwork has been out for a long time, as we know. Obviously it says there it's a Chip Theory Games, and it's by Josh Carlson, Adam Carlson and Josh Wielgus, and it's a very, very big, weighty box. You can see the artwork as we have a look around the box. There we go. We've got the owl on there, and then something within a tree, something with some form of jetpack maybe, I don't know, and some human looking character. Then on the back, a suggested layout, the box contents, which include a massive list of things which I'll not read out, and then some text here, and it says, high above the earth lies the floating realm of Ankar, held in the sky by a powerful energy known only as the Source. The islands of Ankar have existed in peace for centuries. However, as various factions of Ankar have used and abused the Source, the world has been thrown out of balance. The islands of Ankar, historically separate from each other, have now crashed together in an event Ankarians refer to as the Joining. And there we go, there's the very exciting contents on there. Yeah, really eager to get into this box now. So we can say we've gone through the designers, the illustrations by Anthony Letourneau, and the map arts by Jared Blando, and the graphic design by Melanie Lavely. Right, or Lavely. Okay, nervous time, it's knife time. Let's cut into this cellophane and then take that off. As I say, I can't tell you how excited I have been about receiving this game. For me, it's kind of been one of the games I've been looking forward to all year, since I late pledged on the Kickstarter back in January. So as with all Chip Theory Games, lovely artwork, well printed box on there, a well printed design on the box, and as we lift it, pretty much like you get within Too Many Bones, the interior of the box has some great print on there. Right, first thing we got is the Chip Theory products book. This tends to come with all Chip Theory games, and it gives you an overview on their products such as Cloudspire, obviously Too Many Bones, Undertow, and then we'll move into Triplock and Hoplomachus, yeah, and there we go, a little bit of an advert on the back for Splice and Dice, which comes out the back end of the year. Then we have version 1 of the rule book, and let's have a look inside this. Some fantastic artwork in there. As you can see, a list of some of the contents that are in the box and various other bits as well. Just bear with me. It tells you how to kind of go through, do the setup, gives you an introduction, talks you through the sequence of play, and what happens with some of the components. That's a big meaty rule book, and it is some kind of 35 pages long with a quick reference guide on the back. So a fair bit of reading for me there. Then we have a book of cooperative scenarios. So this book is what? This is 55 pages long, and with these being co-op scenarios, I dare say you could play them double-handed as a solo player as well. And then of course we also have the book of solo scenarios as well, and this is the one obviously I will be playing as a solo gamer, and it's long. There are 83 pages in there in total, and what's that, 79 pages of solo scenario, so there's a good amount of content to go out with that. Look at the inside of that before we look at what's in here. I mean, the way that the packaging has been designed is just absolutely fantastic. It's just, again, it's a chip theory game, so quality is absolutely paramount on this. And as you can see inside there, they really haven't skimped on any form of quality. So what we have here, I think we have the various faction guides. So let's have a look in here. We have the Brawnen, the Nerora, the Hares, the Grove Tenders, and some landmark talents there, and Merc talents for Cloudspire. So each faction will obviously work differently, and as we look on the back of this as well, there's a fair amount of information there about their various talents, faction specifics, and then Source Drill, Assembly, Honor Pit, Gateport, Smelter, Stronghold. These are all fortress advancements, sorry. No idea what these do at the moment, but it's that excellent kind of vinyl, yeah, not paper, chip theory material that chip theory uses, and therefore if you watch the Shut Up and Sit Down review of Too Many Bones, you'll see that this thing is practically indestructible. And there's another one for Nerora there, so I don't know whether that's an addendum to the Nerora one. I'll have to read up on that. Ah, yeah, there we go. Replace Nerora sheet with this one, so that's an updated version. Then we have what will be the various neoprene tiles, map tiles that make up the game. And look at this, there are a fair few tiles there to actually make up the game. And these must be the starting boards. Wonderful print, wonderful quality on there. Really, really nice. And of course we have the cover that goes back on there, which again, it's got embossed Cloudspire and absolutely screams a lot of quality there. Okay, we also have separate map tiles, some smaller ones here. These are kind of three map tiles of 3, and they again go in their own embossed plastic cover, which is great. Fantastic. We have some not chips. These are actually little marker pegs which will go into the player boards. And if you've got any of the expansions for Too Many Bones, you'll have seen some kind of container like this in the past. It's a nice solid piece of plastic. We have, these will be chip trays. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 chip trays there as well to store your chips in as you're playing the games. And again, some Cloudspire specific dies. They're not etched, these are the heat printed, etc. And the artwork on them looks absolutely great. And unlike Too Many Bones, where you get a veritable plethora of dice, in reality, there aren't that many there, which is good. What else do we have? We have chips in chip trays. So these will be the standard health chips. Of course, you can buy premium health chips, which is slightly weightier. I do have some, which I've got for Too Many Bones, so I will probably use the Too Many Bones premium health chips rather than using these health chips, but you know what? You can never have too many. And what do we have here? These look like the various factions. And what's that? That's Windrush Transport Adult. So, if you remember, if you've had Too Many Bones, you'll know that it's fairly glossy print on the chips for Too Many Bones. And here, they've gone for a matte print on these chips. And yeah, you can see it's very, very different. I think I have, there we go, just to compare, there's a Too Many Bones character chip, and there's a Cloudspire character chip, similar thickness, but you can see that that's a very glossy print, and there we have a matte finish on there. So that's a number of chips for the factions. Some more chip trays and more chips. These will be for factions and for actions that you will play as well. And of course, Chip Theory Games, there are even more chips. So again, some various chips within there. What's that one? It's a Portal, a Neuroran Rift. I have no idea what any of these chips mean at the moment. I've purposefully stayed away from the how to play videos. And then what do we have here? We have cards, a deck of cards, again in the vinyl finish that we're used to with Too Many Bones, and we have some event cards and some relic cards in one of the vinyl kind of cigarette boxes that they used for the cards of Too Many Bones. So wow, okay, if you're buying a Chip Theory Games game, then one thing you're going to be absolutely guaranteed that you're going to get is some quality production value. Now, this does obviously put a lot of the games, because it will increase the price, it puts some of the games outside of the reach of some people. But for me, just opening this box has just unearthed this massive sense of excitement within me. The amount of content that you get, the quality of that content is just utterly staggering. How it all kind of links together and how you play the game, I don't know at this stage. I really, really don't know. But when you look at everything that's come with it and you think about, you know, these big solo scenario books and the cooperative scenario ring-bound books, that's some fantastic content. But that is just the core game. I've also got the 2 expansions as well. So let's have a look at the Griege faction expansion. So obviously it requires Cloudspire to play. And it says, with the joining war already pushing Ankar to the brink, a new island enters the fray. The insectoid Griege faction brings all new minions, heroes and strategies into the world of Cloudspire. So it says here we've got content, some more chips and source, health and source trackers, and some neoprene mats as well. So again, it's knife time. Let's have a look. There we go. And as you can see in the background, I've got the sky mat there as well, which I think is going to be an almost permanent feature on my table now. How my wife will feel about that, I have no idea. Okay, so again, some glorious artwork on there. Looks like almost a shark character there, coming out of a hole. Is that a spark plug? And some various skulls, and then of course the Cloudspire logo. So let's look inside. There's a Griege scenario book. So this will have various scenarios regarding the Griege, and again, there are, what, 27 pages worth of scenarios in there. That's great. And then what do we have? We have another chip tray with some Griege specific chips, and then 3 dice for the Griege as well. What's that say on there? A quick counter. Okay. And then I think underneath here we're also going to have, yeah, there's a Griege reference sheet as well, tells you how to play with the Griege. And then of course we have a Griege starting map as well. So again, nice quality on that. Looking forward to seeing, first of all, obviously how the game plays without this, and then how we incorporate that into the game. That's just one of the expansions. Let's go into now the final box that I got for Cloudspire, which is the Portal Seekers content expansion. So again, really evocative artwork on there, really nice artwork, fitting with the theme. And it says, Portal Seekers is a massive new content expansion for Cloudspire, featuring new islands, earthscaping tiles, mercs, landmarks, relics and events. And again, we have some contents there, and tells you what you get inside the box. So one last time with the knife. One more bit of plastic cellophane to come off. Excuse my fat fingers. And there we go. That's the Portal Seekers content expansion. So within here we get some event cards, so some more of the vinyl cards that they do. So of course that will go into the card box holder. And we also get some Portal Seekers chips. That says there, Grail Goats and Relentless. Fantastic. And then down underneath this we have another vinyl reference sheet for Portal Seekers, which gives components and an overview. And again, some Merc talents on the back, some various talents for the Merc factions that are in there. And then we have some more tiles. So we've got 3 tiles of the 3 hexes, and then we have 2 further tiles here, which are specific to the Portal Seekers. Wow. Now, I've not gone into this blind. Obviously, I did some research before jumping into Cloudspire, but it looks like I've got a massive amount of reading ahead of me, and maybe watch some videos before I jump into learning how to play this game. I'm genuinely very excited. I think as a solo, as a manufacturer of games that have a true solo experience built into it from the ground up, Chip Theory games really do excel in that field, and I'm really looking forward to delving deeply into the solo game for this. Now I'm just going to show you quickly the map itself, and as you can see from the map, it's huge. It barely fits on my table. Oops. Yeah, there we go. It barely fits on my table. You have the Cloudspire logo at each side here. Can you see that? Yep, the Cloudspire logo at each side, and then one over in the top corner. And then in the center of the map itself, you have something that denotes the center of the map, so it must be where you put your starting tiles. So wow, okay, wow, that was the unboxing of Cloudspire and a couple of expansions by Chip Theory Games. Excited much? God, yes. I mean, that looks like a massive amount of amazing content by the guys at Chip Theory Games, and it's quality. Yes, it's an expensive product. Of course it's an expensive product, because you saw with the components and with the contents that you get in the box, there's a lot there, and it's all high quality stuff. So what I'm going to do at some point over the next few days, I'm going to read through those rule books, the actual rule books and the solo scenario rule books as well. I'm going to set up Cloudspire on that amazing sky mat, and I'm going to start playing some games at Cloudspire. So thank you very much once again for joining Not Board Gaming for this very special unboxing of Cloudspire by Chip Theory Games. Please remember that you can always follow us on Facebook at Not Board Gaming. That's always BORED. We're also on Instagram as well. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and also check out our other videos. We are growing massively each and every day thanks to you wonderful people. So, final thing is, do remember, as a solo player, you can't find anybody else to play with. There's nothing wrong with playing with yourselves.